Okay, so I want to say hello and welcome to everyone in the chat who is already there and who will come in the future. We are streaming Formula Renault 3.5 liter race from AOR tonight. That is King-Kodiak, my co-commentator.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters, racing aces and familiar faces. Good evening to you all.
And myself, of course.
So, let's have a look at who has gone onto circuit already. We have Paradiski, I think that is. That's not someone I saw in last week's race. We had at Silverstone, Honey Badger returns to us. Excellent stuff. Scooby44 taking a very odd route through the De La Roggia chicane. Now, I won't be making so many errors with the corner names, as I'm far more familiar with the Monza corner names as I am with Silverstone.
And that says the Prit, right?
Which is shameful of me, because Silverstone is in my home country. But there's far less of them in Monza as well. That's also my excuse. We have Mr. Soprano returning to us. Just coming around Curva Grande, I believe that is. Dibdroid, also back on circuit. Whoops, I'm getting someone's way there, but... Oh, someone has introduced himself to the wall. I just heard it, I didn't see it. Andrex UK is on circuit at the moment as well. De Beppo, now that's a name we didn't see last week.
Yeah, I think he had no time. I think he wrote that on the forums.
Aha.
The Beppo.
Steve Rogers was promoted the last minute to from the reserve driver list to the race seat just before last week's race, so he has returned to us. Esteban Piso had a very unlucky occurrence. I believe it was in the sprint race, was running third or fourth and unfortunately crashed into the wall. So hopefully he'll have better luck this week. Hideki 4. My camera can't actually find him. I think he's actually found the wall instead. IGC2 returns to us as well. Oops, there's someone bouncing over the Retifidio chicane there. DJ Ballistic is currently showing in the pits. And there you are, Tony, in your very fetching Aston Martin.
The most beautiful car in the crit, I have to say.
Absolutely. AOR Fizzy, the feature race winner from last week, and current championship leader. Dinko69. I do believe he was on the grid last week, but I think had some connection problems. I don't recall what his finishing up positions were. Frejo221 is back with us again. Flying K-Man, that's today's teammates.
Yes.
Pedro RC was giving, I believe he was the sprint race winner.
He won, exactly, in one of the last corners in the second half of the last lap.
Absolutely belting, overtaking maneuver it was. And there is today. That's such a weird sentence to say. DBZ Leica returns to us once again. There's Jozzers, also back on the grid. And that is all 22 cars that are out and about. So we have some times that have been set today. Currently top of the timesheets with 1:31.609. And just 2 turns down is Andrex UK.
I can already tell you that 31, that won't be everything we will see from tonight.
That's not what we get. That's not going to stay at that pace for long.
In free practice, he was the fastest so far with a 29. He was the only one diving into the 29, so I expect much from him.
And today was also topping the timesheets in last week's practice session at Silverstone, so much to be expected from him. His teammate Flying Cayman in 4th place. Flying the red colour very well. How apt, considering that red is the typical racing colour for Ferrari. And we are in Ferrari's home country. DBZ Leica, currently in 5th place. Or just been bumped down to 6th, I think. AOR Fizzy and Pedro, both setting top 2 times. Pedro RC 99, 131.164. And that is very close for AOR Fizzy, 131.244.
We're already being very close at the top of the standings there. And by the way,
44 sets it up. Beg your pardon, Tony, go on.
I just wanted to say sorry to the chat guys. We have some planks in the standings. That's just because of a bug in the overlay. Don't worry about that.
Okay, so Scooby44 currently in 7th position. 133, 160. He's just about to set a lap time. Is he going to better it? He's up to 5th now. 132, 479. Good job. Demoting Flying K-Man downwards. Oh, he's just gone down again. Frejo 221, setting 6th place with 132, 634. I think I just spotted... Oh, that's AOR Fizzy deciding to try and flatten out the grass there. As today sets at 136.70 to resume his spot at the top. Well done to you, Pedro99, just coming over the line. Can he beat his time? Answer is no. He remains in 2nd place. Now, today is just coming up to the Ascari chicane. Pedro is just going through Resifilio. I think AOR Fizzy is just trying to keep his tires warm, giving himself some distance as he's slowly coming around Power Roller, going to get the hammer down. He's not got a lot of time left. It's only 3 minutes 45 now as I'm speaking.
I'm sure he wants to do his fast lap now. Although he is not on fresh tires, I think, and those front left tires are really wearing out on this track.
Yep, it is the front left corner that takes the most punishment here. So unlike, as I mentioned last week, unlike in the real-life racing series, when the timer runs out, you do not have a chance to finish the lap you are on. Your session will end immediately. So anyone that is on a flying lap needs to finish it before 0 happens. Let's see who else has set a lap time. Frejo is 8. Jozes is in 9th, 132.840. Oh, there's a little bit of contact going on there at the Parabolica. That's Paradiski. Getting a little bit sideways there. So he'll have to start his lap again. And we're seeing some movement, I think, up top. I just saw some position numbers changing there. Pedro going very slowly. Has he just come out of the pits, perhaps? Yes, he may have done. Or he just... Pedro99 right at the back of a hell of a chain of cars there, it seems. Yeah, that's a rather unfortunate position he's found himself in, but what can he do?
I think Fizzy will not be able to improve. His first sector was a bit slow, but we'll see. He's now going over the line in a few seconds.
He will have enough time to do a flying lap, as long as the car that is directly ahead of him, who is...
he improved by 0.3, okay.
Puts him up to 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
So he's leapfrogged Pedro, and... Oh, Andrix UK has put himself ahead of Pedro as well. So, some improvements we're seeing in the times. Let's have a look further down the field now. So Dibdroid is yet to set a comparative lap. He's got a 146. Just as I said, it's set to 143, but I think there's more to find there, I think. Steve Rogers, 21st. Cinco in 20th. Mr. Soprano is 19th. Vice Guy, a name I recognised from last week, in 18th. Honey Badger in 17th. DJ Ballistic currently holds 16th. Esteban Viso in 15th. This track not suiting him as well as Silverstone did. De Beppo in 14th place. IGC2 13. Paradiski currently 12. Jaws is 11. So our top 10 currently stands at Scooby 44 with a 132.479. Delling DK. Now, that's not a name I recognise. I don't believe we saw you last week. Currently holding 9th place, Mr. DBZ Leica in 8th. Paradiski has just jumped up to 7th as I've been talking. What a lap there. 132.402. Hidaki 4 in 6th place. Flying. Let's try that again. Flying came in currently in 5th. Pedro RC99 on 4th with still his best lap of 131.614. No, 164, right numbers, wrong order. Andrix UK holding 3rd place. His teammate Fizzy in 2nd, and today still holding the top spot with 30 seconds left to go. And there's not many cars left on track.
No, and no improvement for Andrix as well, so I think we are pretty much set here.
And where's Pedro? He's not going to make that. There's 15 seconds left. Who could finish their laps?
Are they trying to do a start there with Manu and Andrix?
Well, why not? Or they're just trying to get out of the way. And that is your qualifying session done. Today, holding the pole position slot by almost 0.3 of a second over everyone's favourite commentator, Fizzy, and his teammate, Andrex UK, holding the top 3. And alongside Andrex is Pedro on the second row, and third row, Flying K-Man and Hideki 4. Straight on to the next practice session then.
Yeah, we will have a short 5-minute warm-up so everyone can check if their wheels are working, if everything's working. And after that we will see the first race, which will be the feature race, 20 laps long.
Cannot wait. We're seeing today Fizzy, Andrex and Pedro. It's going to be a lovely battle, I think, at the front with those 4 particularly.
By the way, if you're not familiar yet with the format of the Formula Renault League, after the feature race of 20 laps we will have another qualifying session of 10 minutes, and after that a sprint race for only 10 laps, which will provide us with many action, I guess.
Well, let's hope so. And either people are beginning to trip over themselves already, or they're just trying to find themselves a bit of a gap to get some practice laps in. Because just spotted Scooby there, sat on the side of the race. Oh, sat on the side of the race, sat on the side of the track.
Well, now it's the time for exercising start procedures, I guess, because it's a bit tricky in those cars. You have much wheel spin on the start.
We've seen Fizzy losing positions, particularly on both of the starts from last week, so that just goes to show how important it is to get a good start. A good qualifying position, of course, is important, but getting away from the line is equally so.
Yeah, definitely. The play with the clutch is most important in those cars, so you really have to make them stick, you know.
We have a late joiner. AJ has just joined us.
AJ.
On track now.
He was in the practice earlier, but wow.
No, I just spotted him. Just spotted him leaving the pits, actually. So a very late joiner. So he'll be starting from the back of the grid.
Most definitely. He also might have problems with our cars standing in front of him.
I was just thinking that, actually. He's going to start behind us.
Although the late joiners get the better position.
I certainly hope so, because we don't want to be inadvertently disadvantaging anybody trying to make their way through the through the grid here.
Especially because if we're talking about AJ, he's one of the top 5 candidates.
I was a little surprised actually not to see him in the qualifying session just now. But now, if he's able to make his way through the field and put up a good fight, that should be incredible to see. We shall wait and see. I do. Apologies for being distracted just now. My dog is licking my feet. I do apologise for that. But that just completely put me off my stride there. I do apologise to those listening to the stream. I'm trying to maintain an air of professionalism. My canine decided to join me here. Right.
Unforeseeable circumstances.
Okay, so what do we see? Well, hopefully AJ should start ahead of us, as AJ's actually set a time in this session, or he's in the process of setting a time in this session, so hopefully the game should put him ahead of us, so we won't be tripping anybody up. I hope so, because I haven't actually put my steering wheel in, so I can't get out of anyone's way. Not that I would get out of the way fast enough, I'm in the crossbow mysteriously. So we're seeing some lap times being set now. Pedro RC99 sitting at 1:32.934. And Paradiski.
I'm not sure about the default setup, but in the warm-up you should get full fuel, or at least 80 liters like you get in the races. So that's, by the way, something we haven't talked about. You only get 80 liters in your fuel tanks in those cars with default setup. And today Manu, he told me he will be using 76 liters minimum in the race. So maybe there are some guys who actually run out of fuel, but we don't hope that, of course.
No, but that is cutting it very, very fine. We didn't see everybody pit last race. I mean, part of securing Fizzy's win of the feature race last week was because he didn't pit, although he was already in the lead when his chasing driver Pedro did pit, so that's not saying he was gifted the win because of it, but it certainly helped.
It's also the case that pitting with default setups is very bugged. You don't always get what you want, like in real life.
Although in real life they don't come out on rain tyres when it's burning dry. Okay then, so the feature race here at Monza will be beginning in 10 seconds time.
I'm getting my fingers ready to jump out of the race.
Likewise, yes. Okay, here we go then. Pedro and Fizzy are your front row for this race. Oh, we do actually have I have a car behind me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to have to... I have 2 cars behind me. Oh, one of them's you. So... Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Okay, I'm in the pit box now, so... I'm in the pit box, I'm in the country box. Okay, Today is holding on to the lead. That was Today, not Pedro, what am I saying? Today is holding the lead, they go...
Oh, and someone was crashing, oh my god.
Oh no, that's Fizzy that's been... That's Andrex, sorry, that's been pushed wide. He's going to get a time penalty for that, which is not entirely not his fault at all. But because of that, Today is now streaking away into the distance. Stelling DK has taken second place. Paradiski up to third. What a start! This looks like there's people going wide already at the Curva Grande. AOR Fizzy is down to 4th position. Hidaki 4 is now 5th as they come through. Della Roggia, Mr. DBZ Leica up to 6th place. Scooby 44. Oh, we have a spinner!
Oh my god.
We have a spinner at the Della Roggia. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Oh my goodness me, we've got cars going everywhere. Unfortunately, the interface of Project Cars doesn't really allow us to do this very well. It was Frejo, I believe, was the spinner. We've got 3 wide going through the first Lesbo. Cinco 69. Oh!
And one is off, one is off.
Oh, that's... I think it's... No, it's not Frejo. Beg your pardon, that's who I was looking at the time. Who is that that's gone off? Oh, it's AJ. Our late joiner has gone off. He's not moving. Has he incurred damage? He isn't moving at all. Oh, my goodness me. What a shame. A top 5 racer from last week.
That's
forced
too
off
bad
at the
for
first
him.
corner. Unbelievable.
And Dibroid is spinning in the Ascari.
Oh, goodness me. Where to look? There's action going on everywhere.
So much chaos.
Okay, Today crosses the line way out in the lead. Stelling DK. I keep saying UK, beg your pardon. Stelling DK across the line is second with AOR Fizzy holding third. Paradiski 4, Hidaki 5th, so Fizzy has taken the 3rd place whilst we were looking at all the action going on. Mr. DBT Leica currently 6th. DJ Ballistic has moved his way up to 7th position. What a capitalising really well on the carnage of the first lap. Esteban Viso moving into the top then now. He's now in 8th. He's making a move on the DJ Ballistic on the inside of Curva Grande.
Oh, that was
Ballistic
close.
Holding that very well. Brilliant driving by both drivers there. He's still in the street leading position. He looks to the inside. I think he's going to hold station. Yes, he is. Vice Guy up to 9th position now as they go through De La Roggia. Steve Rogers up into 10th.
I think
Where to look?
Esteban isn't satisfied with that. He will try to overtake
Absolutely,
DJ Ballistic back.
Absolutely, he's going to make another overtaking maneuver as they start to come down from the Lesmos. They're coming down to Ascari. It looks like Esteban Viso is going to, in the slipstream, he's going to the inside. Is he going to make that move stick? No, it looks like he holds station probably wise. That's not a big braking zone there into the beginning of Ascari.
Ballistic going a little bit wide. Maybe now's the second opportunity. DRS is open and...
Yep. Oh, there he goes. Esteban Viso got a much better line out the exit of Ascari. He's got the racing line, but Ballistic's got the inside.
On the outside. Oh no!
Oh, he's gone wide. Oh, unbelievable. DJ Ballistic carries on to 6th place. Esteban bounces over the rumble strip there. Now, I spotted someone who was on the inside there. It looked like they were parked up. I'm going to try and figure out who that actually was. It's Pedro 99, I think.
Yes, Pedro is missing.
Oh, no! It is Pedro. He's missing his rear right wheel. Unbelievable.
Come on.
Unbelievable. After the Ascari, he's not moving. I don't think he's able to move. I think he's gone into the pits there. Oh, goodness me. That's 2 cars we've...
Meanwhile, Esteban and DJ Ballistic are crashing while overtaking. Oh my god.
Oh no! I'm actually looking in the wrong place. I'm going to have to try and get back to that.
Well, both are now down to 11th, respectively, 12th position.
I've just seen, who's that going slowly? Oh, ITC2 is just coming into the pits. He's missing his front left wheel and heavy damage to his front wing, I think. Trying to figure out who's where. Paradiski is also missing a wheel. We saw a number of three-wheeled wagons last week, and it looks like we're seeing the same thing again. We've lost 2 cars already. Honey Badger is in 18th, so he's been caught up in the melee somewhere.
I think PZ tries to go for a second position in the next lap.
It could well be. We've got a 3-way battle here. Sterling DK second, AOR Fizzy third, and Hideki 4 in 4th position. And that's IGC2 coming out of the pits and staying well out of the way. Today is on his own.
Yes.
Now, today was unfortunately caught up in early melees last week in the feature race, so he'll be looking for a decent result in the feature race this time.
Peasy.
And well on his way to do so. Whoa! Yes, just as you said, Fizzy, I could see exactly what he means. They come through Cover Grande. Stunning DK having to defend AOR, getting back behind.
He's clever enough to not try it there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I talked to him earlier. He wants to make himself a nice birthday gift. He's 25 today.
Oh, bless. I won't say how old I am. It's distinctly older than that. Okay. Sterling DK holding second. AOR Fizzy. Is he going to have a crack at second position on the entrance to Ascari? He's a little bit far back, I think, to have a go. Hideki 4 hovering around behind the pair of them, hoping to pick up a position if they tangle. Oh, Hideki was getting a little bit wide there out of the exit of Ascari. Further back, we have Vice Guy in 5th position now, being hounded by Steve Rogers. They've certainly gained some positions as the race has gone on. Steve Rogers right up the tailpipe there of Vice Guy, but Vice Guy had a decent exit out of Ascari and it continues. Frejo at 221 rather, in 7th place. Esteban Viso in 8th. Mr. DBZ Leica in 9th. And De Beppo in 10th position now.
I like how you say der.
Oh, you would say dare, I suppose.
Yeah.
Only one of us is going to get it right, and I suspect it isn't me. So there's a 3-wheel wagon. It's not IGC2 again, is it? Oh, no, it's Paradiski. Paradiski has continued with 3 wheels. He's managed to make it back to the pits, staying out of everybody's way. That is his race well and truly spent.
Oh, and Stilling goes wide in the second chicane, and Fizzy can take advantage of that as well as Hideaki.
AOR Fizzy has come away in 2nd position. Yep.
Yes.
I've just caught up with that. I'm glad you were paying attention. The Sterling DK has lost 2 positions in the same lap, and AOR Fizzy already has a small gap in between him and Hideki. But Hideki still got some work to do as Sterling is looking to retake a possible podium position. Still a long way to go.
And
so no! Oh no, Hideki has overcooked it on the entrance to Ascari. Oh dear, now he has to defend himself from Vice Guy. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Vice Guy had far too good a traction out of the end of Ascari and steals away. Now, I know my names are a bit wrong way round here. Oh, is that someone unlapping themselves from Hideki? Ah, yes, that'll be someone unlapping themselves for Hideki, because Vice Guy's actually nowhere near him.
Ah, okay.
I beg your pardon, that's...
Yes.
Again, because I'm flicking through the names, they're flicking through in position order, not track position order.
But I was fooled by that as well, and Hideaki's now going into the pits. He probably has too much damage.
It does, yeah. I just noticed he suddenly descended through the order there. So looking at today, he's just coming through Lesmo 1 as AOR Fizzy's just coming up to... Oh, that's someone that's spun at De La Rocha. Who's that? Who's spun there? Just flicking through the order trying to... Is it IDC2? No, IDC2. It might have been Paradiski, because Paradiski is just... Yeah, Paradiski has decided to put himself into the pits. And that is where he remains.
We now have a nice pack around 5th place.
Okay, I'll flick back to there. That
Someone
we do. Oh, who's that?
Already going off. That was Vice Guy.
Oh,
that,
Vice
in this
Guy.
case, it was Vice Guy.
It was Vice Guy this time. Oh, goodness me. That's a shame. He was doing very well. Oh, and we have an overtake opportunity here. Steve Rogers has gone up to fourth. Esteban Viso, I think it's just nailed Froho there. I was trying to catch up with who had got himself where. Steve Rogers is up to fourth position. Esteban Viso 5 and Froho 221 now 6th, with Vice Guy chasing them down out of Ascari. This is DBZ Leica holding 8th, Flying Cayman 9, and Dare Beppo in 10th position, just coming through.
Wonderful. Oh, and Steve Rogers just... No, it wasn't Steve Rogers. Esteban Viso spawn.
Oh, yeah, so he has, yes. He's descending down the order very quickly. Freyo now coming up to 5th position.
Oh, I think we missed Stealing and AOR Fizi. Stealing is went by Fizi again.
We have indeed. Stelling is this is the problem with so much actually going on in so many different places. So Stelling has regained 2nd position. AOR Fizi has clearly made a mistake of some description and has to now chase Stelling DK down once more. I'm looking at Delarogier now. Steve Rogers has got a bit of a gap now from him back to Frejo. 221 in 5th position. Esteban Viso is in a position to put some pressure on for 5th place, and Vice Guy has closed that particular squabbling pair down. Flying Cayman has taken 8th place from DBZ Leica as well. We didn't see that going on.
Someone's really liking the situation, and this is today in front because two guys, it's Pedro and it's Fizi. They are the top guys for the championship, and Manu wants this championship really desperately, and he missed so many points in last week's races, so he's really liking that.
There's a battle also forming for 11th position between Scooby44, who I saw very high up the order in last week's race, and Hideki 4. Now Hideki, as we know, has been through the pits for some damage repair and some fresh boots. He will be really pushing to get back up through the field to resume the fight at the front. Dozers is now down to 13. We have Mr. Soprano in 14th position, a little bit on his own there. DJ Ballistic also has some space in front and behind. We have Didroid in 16. Linko 69 in 17th. IGT2, after his eventful race already again, is in 18th place, and that is your current runners.
Yes. Everyone else is already out of the race or didn't even start.
As we have 18 runners still going, as Paradisky is in the pits, and I suspect that's where he's going to remain for the rest of the race. Today is very much on his own.
And Fizi is closing in on Stilling again.
Absolutely, as they come through Ascari now. If Fizi gets a decent drive out of there, he's a little bit too far back. He went a little wide there on the exit of Ascari, which isn't going to help, but he's certainly close enough to remind Stelling that he is there and has to work hard to maintain that particular podium step. Looking further back, Steve Rogers ahead of the squabbling pair of Frejo and Esteban Viso behind, but not far enough that he can breathe easily, as Esteban Viso had a little look there at the entrance to Parabolica, but was too far back for that. And look, everyone else is spaced down a bit. Flying Cayman, DBZ Leica and Der Peppo. Yep, they've all got some space around them. I'm not going to be able to look at those for too long. Back up to the battle for second. That's Stelling, DK and AOR Fizi. They are right on top of each other once again as they start coming down to Delarogia. Oh, I think someone spun again at Delarogia. Someone looks like they were going very slowly. Or maybe someone got themselves a time penalty. Not entirely certain there. Oh, now they were very close there, Stelling and AOR Fizi.
But Fizi hit the inside curb in the first lesson, and this is something you don't want to do. You get just some understeering, which is very nasty.
Now I just saw a stray wheel there. Yes, I thought someone was going slowly. Who is that? Let's flick through the order, see if we can find out who that is.
Could be Beppo. Beppo's losing some places.
No, Scooby44.
Oh.
Scooby44 has lost a wheel. I thought I saw a stray wheel on the camera looking back to the Lesmos. He's hit a wall pretty hard, and he's going to have to limp his way a good half a lap back to the pit. Oh, goodness me. Such a shame. He had a great... he certainly had a great feature race last week. Oh, dear, oh, dear. today starting to meet some back markers now. So hopefully people will be paying attention to the race leader coming through. Denning DK also has a bit of traffic there. Is that who's that's there?
Maybe Fisi takes advantage of that. We will
Oh
see.
yes, yeah, just saw that. It's actually Cinco 69 that is the car that's directly ahead of them on track. Oh, Fizzy is really putting pressure on. Oh, is he going to have a go? Oh, that is so close. Every time I'm making a word, I'm cringing. Oh,
and he's off.
Oh, we spun. Oh, goodness me. Stenning has spun. He's... the unrelenting pressure from Fizzy pays off.
Yes.
And also Cinco 69 gone out of the way. A perfect timing there. So now Fizzy can get the hammer down and have a crack at second at the race leader of today. But that's a big old lead he's going to have to make up there.
And Stilling lost so much time because he couldn't get the car going again. And he's now 10 seconds at least behind Fisi. That should secure Fisi's second place.
At very least. A mistake really from today is going to be the only thing that is going to change the top podium position. Goodness me, Sterling lost a hell of a lot of time there. That's the stricken car there of Scooby that they're coming past now. Steve Rogers holding fourth place. He's got a decent gap back to Frejo, Esteban Viso. Those three are spread out a bit. No particular fighting going on there. Vice Guy holding seventh. Flying K-Man has... Woo! Flying K-Man nearly actually hit the car of Scooby 44 there. UBZ Leica 9 and Hidaki 4 has made his way back up to 10th position now after his earlier pit stop.
Not sure if DBZ Leica struggles to keep the car on track or if it's some lagging issue, but through Parabolic his car was sideways big time.
I would imagine that. Well, it could be. It is possible to drift these things to a minor degree, but it's not the fastest way to do it.
Yeah, and it's hard on the tires as well.
just a little bit, yes. I was fortunate enough to be able to commentate on last week's GT3 Pro finale, and the lag was such that it looked like one of the Mercedes was going sideways in a straight line. Oh. So that was a rather unusual occurrence there for me commentating.
Well, that's like the signature move of Kaki. He's done that several times in the Elite League.
Excellent! Wow, that is skill.
But I wasn't fooled. DBZ Leica again sideways through the second chicane, so he's really struggling to keep the car on track at the moment. Maybe some damage involved.
It could well be. It's difficult to tell sometimes from the camera angle whether they've had certainly suspension damage. Just looking to see the times they're setting against the lines they take. No such problems for today, though. He's carving his way through the pack. His fastest at 1:36.50 at the moment. As the fuel load comes down, those lap times continue to fall. AOR Fizzy holding second position. He's got some clear track in front and behind now. Standing DK. My camera's not keeping up with him. There we go.
Maybe Esteban Viso in 6th place wants to grab the 5th place within the next few laps. He's getting closer and closer to Frejo.
Well spotted, yes he is. Now Steve Rogers is keeping a good distance there. I don't think he had a great deal of luck in last week's race, so a very good result for him. Frejo is having to defend. Is Esteban going to have a look on the inside? No, a little bit too far back here for De La Roggia. But keeping the pressure on nonetheless. Vice Guy Flying K-Man, though, for 7th position. Oh, my dog is joining in the...
oh, yeah. Those two guys are close.
Absolutely. Now, Flying K-Man, we saw... were it not for unfortunate circumstances in last week's race, I think Flying K-Man could have played a bigger part in the results last week. So, Vice Guy's really going to have to work hard to keep hold of that 7th position. I do apologize if you can hear my dog barking in the background. He's simply wishing to join in.
Make him a co-commentator.
Did Vice Guy get a little bit wide on the exit of Ascari? Quite possibly.
I think that's the shot.
Well.
No.
No, well, there wasn't any contact on my screen at least.
No. It looks like Cayman is a little bit slower on the straight,
that's-
while
well,
he goes wide.
That's a very unusual line through the parabolic, certainly. Is he coming into the pits, or did he just take a
No.
weird line?
I guess he just braked a little late.
Yeah, I think he'd... I don't think that was an intentional line he was taking there. Ninth place Jozzers is just coming into the parabolic, because the car you can see behind this squabbling pair is not ninth place man Jozzers. That, I suspect, is Scooby44. No, Scooby44 is actually just coming up to complete a lap. Whereas IGC2 in 17th position is the car that's directly behind Flying Cayman. Flying Cayman has a crack now at Vice Guy. Oh, as he switches back to the outside, but Vice Guy defending very, very well. It's a little bit wide on the entrance to De La Roccia there. I'm absolutely wanting to check up to see what everyone else is doing, but I daren't look away from this particular scrap. Oh, careful.
I can tell you that Esteban Visu got by Freyo because Freyo spun in the second chicane. Seems a very nice spot to spin there.
That's proving a popular spinning spot today. Maybe there's a bit of eye candy or something in the stand somewhere there. Oh, flying! Oh,
come on, Cayman! No.
Oh, goodness me! No, I think Flying Cayman had to avoid Vice Guy there. Oh, goodness me!
That's over for Cayman. The wheel is gone.
Oh, he's lost. Oh my goodness!
How unfortunate!
Now Vice Guy suddenly slowed there. Now whether Vice Guy incurred a penalty, perhaps. Project Cars can be very unforgiving when it gives out those 5-second power penalties. I didn't quite see it. It didn't look like he took an unusual line, but I think, from my perspective, Flying Cayman had to really get out of the way to avoid an accident. But that is the end of Flying Cayman's race. IGC2 looks like he's a bit quicker than Vice Guy at the moment. So perhaps we might be seeing a pit stop here from Vice Guy. Maybe his tyres have gone out. Who knows? So this gives us the opportunity then to look at the rest of the field. Here is Today completing another lap. What lap? He's completing lap 14. 6 laps to go.
6 laps indeed. Now it's about who got the tires the best, you know.
Absolutely. AOR Fizzy called it perfectly well. Oh, yeah, AOR Fizzy getting out of the way of Cayman then.
I think Fizzy didn't get closer actually over the last few laps.
I mean, Today really has us. He's got a third of a lap on Fizzy. Fizzy's just coming up to complete his lap now. Today he's just coming up to De La Roccia, so that is a considerable gap. You've got nearly a full sector there on Fizzy, so it's going to take a mistake or a problem for Today for Fizzy to challenge for the lead. But even still, not taking away from Fizzy, he has had a stunning race so far. Delling DK. A little bit, as we know, he lost some ground on Fizzy due to a spin, but hasn't given up that chase at all. He's just coming through Curva Grande now. 4th place, Steve Rogers. Now really has a comfortable gap to him and Esteban Visa behind Freya. 221 still within a decent distance there to Esteban Visa, so we may see a battle reforming there. Vice Guy now... It looks like IGC2 has decided not to challenge to unlap himself. I don't really blame him because I think IGC2, I just look at the list here, I think he's actually quite a number of laps down on Vice Guy. He's 2 laps down from Vice Guy, so it's not really going to serve him to try and unlap himself. So he's decided to hold station there.
I think everyone pretty much settled for their positions now.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we have any impending battles. We might see... let's see. Oh, there could be a battle here for 8th and 9th. That's DBZ Leica and DJ Ballistic. We may have a bit of a battle there. They're fairly close together. They've just come through the Rettifilio chicane. Just coming through Curva Grande now. So DBZ Leica has a quicker, fastest lap. Of course, we don't know what the last laps were.
Yes.
Now, I'm showing yellow flag on my screen for around that term. I can't see for why. Maybe that's a yellow that hasn't cleared itself. So we may see battle there in the next 5 laps. 5 laps remaining here on the feature race for Monza. Jozzers is on his own in 10th position, as is Mr. Soprano in 11th. Beppo is down to 12th place. Last time I looked at him, I'm sure he was in 10th or so. So he's had some misadventures going on there. Looks like that could be Fizzy. That's a point. I haven't seen Andrex. Did we lose Andrex early on? My memory is terrible, so I haven't seen Andrex in a while.
I think he got lost in the first chaotic few corners.
We lost him early on. Oh dear. So Beppo quite wisely getting out of Fizzy's way there as they come up to Ascari. Dibdroid, seen very little of him this race. He's on his own in 13th position. Also one is on Hidaki 4. A shame he had to pit when he did, so it's rendered him down in 14th position. Cinco 69 is stuck in the midst of a pack of cars there. I think it's Esteban Viso and Steve Rogers 4th, 5th and 6th. Mind you, Esteban Viso is gaining on Steve Rogers, it seems.
Yeah, only 1 to 2 seconds now, the gap. And closing
there's still enough time to have a battle there. Flying K-Man, after losing a wheel, is in 16th position. IGC2 holding 17th. And Scooby still going in 18th place.
You know what? I just wanted to say I didn't expect so many spins and stuff, but actually I did. You know what? The default setup of the Formula Renault has a very, very, very stiff sway bar. And on the curbs of Monza, this is deadly.
Oh, someone coming out of the pits there. Who is that? See if we can find out who that is. Who is having a late pit stop? It is Beppo.
Beppo, yeah.
Interesting. So he's gone from 12th down to 15th. Why? We appear to have all his wheels on his wagon. I don't think that's the first time he's been through the pits either. Unfortunate for him, that really has ruined his race. Now, I've jumped back up to the battle for 4th. Oh, goodness me!
And it's over.
Just as I said that, the commentator's curse struck as Esteban Viso badly overshot his braking zone there, and nearly spun, but have managed to avoid an accident with Steve Rogers.
I really hope that was not lag related, because I just saw Steve Rogers lagging against the wall. I thought he was crashing, but it was just a minor lag from him.
I saw exactly the same thing, so it could be a lag issue there for Steve Rogers. I thought that's why I stammered in my commentary just then, because I thought Steve Rogers had just cannoned into the wall, and just as I was about to comment on that, he then reappeared straight back on the track again. So it is possible that it was lag related. Frejo 221, that's put him back in contact with Esteban, possibly. They're fairly equidistant between the three of them now. So there may be a battle reforming there, but...
I think DB said Liker is close to Ballistic.
Absolutely, yes, I just caught up with that battle myself. That's for 8th position. So Ballistic having to defend against DBZ Liker. They come out of the Lesmo, they're on their way down to Ascari now. Can DBZ Liker get a slipstream off of DJ Ballistic? DJ Ballistic, he thought about defending the inside line, but decided to stay on the racing line. Oh, that is so close. That's Liker having to get out of that, it looked like, to avoid an accident.
That was almost contact.
But DBZ Liker very wisely got out of that to avoid an accident. Oh, that's Ballistic. Looked like he went to defend the inside line. But DBZ Liker looked like he was considerably faster there, down to the Parabolica.
The thing is, those cars are limited at 290 kilometers per hour, and you reach that at the end of the straights. So if you haven't overtaken, until then, you won't overtake.
I see. So they come down to the Retafilio again. There's 2 laps remaining for the leaders. DJ Ballistic still holding on to 8th place, but not by much at all. And 9th place Jozzers, 10th place Jozzers is coming up as 10th place Jozzers, I beg your pardon. Unless Ballistic and Liker tangle, I think he's going to be too far back with only 2 laps to go to make a third horse in that particular battle. I daren't look away because these two are so close.
They are. With all the battles going on, please do not forget the performance of today in this race. He got even 20 seconds more of a gap than when I looked last, so he's really fast in this race.
He hasn't lost the lead at all. He started from pole and flew off into the distance after the early front runners tangled up as... Oh, look at that. Yes. That's Ballistic losing out to Leica. Leica had a much better drive out of Ascari, but Ballistic's not giving that up. I think Leica's going to have to sit... No! No, look at this. This battle is not yet finished. As DBZ Leica is still challenging, as DJ Ballistic's challenging DBZ Leica there. Unbelievably, it looks like Ballistics held on to 8th position.
Awesome battle into the last lap now.
Absolutely, 1 lap remaining as DJ Ballistic just about retains 8th place. DBZ Leica going too wide into the Parabolica there. Goodness me. This is why I was absolutely exhausted after last week's race. There was so much to talk about. It's absolutely incredible. Rettifilio. De La Roggia, rather. I'm getting my corner names around the wrong way. Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2. Whilst that battle's going on, I'm just going to double check where today is. Today has actually gone through Ascari. He is heading down to the final turn now.
Last time through Parabolica for this race, and now it's only straight to the finish. Easy job for today.
Absolutely dominant position from today there. All credit to you, sir. A well-deserved win entirely, and he's going to have a little celebration on the way down to the line. Why the heck not? Brilliant win there for today, as he comes home as your FITA race winner for today. And this is where I got caught out at last week's race, because this is where the laps runners suddenly appear on the scoreboard in the wrong place. Vice Guy is now showing a second, for instance.
Yes.
I got caught out completely by that last week, so I do apologise. But AOR Fizzy is your second place man. He's just coming out to the Parabolica himself.
And DBZ Leica couldn't get by Ballistic. He tried everything, but last corner he just messed up a little bit.
Oh, that's a shame.
Now he has to settle for, I think it should be 9th place or something.
I think, it was the battle for 8th they were. But what a race we have seen here today as Stelling DK comes over the line. I believe he still had 3rd to himself. Wow. What a race we have seen here today.
I mean, I did like the first few corners. That was a little bit too much contact there, but after that it got a really, really nice race with some awesome battles.
There were a number of mistakes, there's no doubting that, but do bear in mind that this is the first time, this is the inaugural championship for this particular car, the Formula Renault 3.5, and it is, as you mentioned earlier, running the default setup, which is by no means the quickest setup you will ever find for these cars. It will suit some people better than others, and whilst you can practice, mistakes unfortunately are still going to happen, as we see the professionals do in the first corner of a first lap of any particular racing category. But today is your winner for the feature race here, and we will return to you shortly for the qualifying session of the sprint race. Once I've caught my breath.
Yeah.
And there's 400 seconds of the countdown to go. I would imagine surely everyone's crossed the line by now. Here we go. I think the scoreboard has actually corrected itself now, as AOR Fizzy is showing in 2nd position. Goodness me, I've just seen the fastest lap difference there between today and AOR Fizzy. 1.3 seconds to today's favour. Goodness me. 130.065 against 131.331.
Pretty sure Fizzy had damage with that. I can't believe he's 1.3 seconds down.
And certainly not judged on what we saw last week at Silverstone. I would be inclined to agree with you there, and which makes Fizzy's performance even more impressive. He's done the entire race damaged in some way, and still brought it home in 2nd position and battling the way that we saw with Stelling, particularly. Freyo221 finished in 4th place ahead of Esteban Viso. Steve Rogers is down to 6th. Now, he was up to 4th at one stage. Not quite sure what happened there. Or I can't remember what happened there, at least. Vice Guy 7, as you mentioned earlier, DJ Ballistic managed to hold off the challenges of DBZ Leica for 8th place. Josers came home in 10th. Mr. Soprano 11th. Hideki 4, after his unfortunate need of a pit stop early on, finished in 12th. Dibdroid 13th. Cinco 69 14th. And Beppo coming home 15th with Flying K-Man 16th. And the last of the finishers, IGC2 in 17 and Scooby44 in 18th place. Your non-finishers were Paradiski. I'm trying to remember who ducked out early. Andrex UK ducked out. AJ also left the session as well.
And don't forget Pedro.
Oh, Pedro, of course, yes. How on earth could I forget our sprint race winner from last week? I hope that won't get me fired.
Well, that will shuffle up the scoreboard, definitely.
Just a little bit, yes. Goodness me. Right, well, we have 280 seconds, I think, to catch our breath for the qualifying of the sprint race. I'm pretty sure everyone has crossed the line to count themselves as a winner, as a winner, as a finisher.
Everyone is a winner, of
Everyone's
course.
a winner. If only we could do that. No, not quite. Goodness me. Well, give the game another few minutes to count that down. Just looking at the pit lane as everyone's lining up. Jozzers from 10th position has just performed quite an unusual one. It looked like his car actually shuffled sideways. Slightly odd there. Who is still on top? We only have a few cars still going around the track. So Mr. Soprano just taking up his pit lane there. Hideki Force coming into the pits now. In come Dibdroid. King-Kodiak just coming around Parabolica now.
Slowly all cars entering the pits, and you know what? I will do the same. I'll leave you alone for a minute. The co-commentator has to go to the pits.
Fair enough, we are all human after all. So 200 seconds to go as we see Beppo just coming down. Well, I can see, obviously I'm not entirely certain what you can see is the stream, as that's been governed by my very excellent co-commentator Tony R, is joining me today on the commentary box and doing a stellar job. Watching Beppo, he's entering the pits now. Flying K-Man as well, he's just come out of I'm looking at the wrong end of the map, he's actually coming through Lesmo now. A couple of cars still deciding to circulate. The race is long since over. There's IGC2 and Scooby44 rather, deciding to carry on round for another lap at ceremony speed. Well, no particular need for them to come into the pit, so why not? This is set up for a very interesting sprint race then, as though particularly those that lost out in the feature race. We'll hope we see the return of the likes of Pedro and AJ and Andrex UK that left the session early on, and hopefully Paradiski can do something more than get tangled up in the melee. Hopefully we can see some good racing throughout. Another 110 seconds to go. Now, does Flying K-Man come into the pits? It looks like he will. Yep, Flying K-Man's coming into the pits as well now. So just two cars deciding to circulate. That is Scooby44 and IGC2. They've just come out of Lesmos on the way down to Ascari, and sounds like my co-commentator has returned to us.
Oh, and I tell you, the race winner, he's telling in the chat that some people need to learn how to drive.
Oh,
we don't want to know who he means with that.
Well, could be some harsh words being said there to certain people. I think a bit of strong temperaments may be going on, but
certainly after the race you're full of adrenaline.
Absolutely. Well, during the race, hopefully you're full of adrenaline as well. Scooby44 deciding he's not going to come into the pits at the moment. IGC2 deciding to pit his car. So 45 seconds and just one car to go. Scooby44 making up for the laps he didn't do in the race. Well.
You say the AI is driving more laps than Scooby did. Well, certainly a bad result for Cayman again. with a lost wheel. I think in the Silverstone race he also lost a wheel, or
so
I
he
don't really
was certainly
remember.
caught up in. Yeah, he was caught up early on. Today he suffered more,
Oh, yeah,
particularly in the
today.
feature race.
Yeah.
He just descended through the ranks. Oh, and the timer has now run out. Now, we did have a bit of a lag problem in the lobby last week. Let's hope we don't have that again.
Yeah, but we always have to we always have this problem, so I wouldn't count on not having them today.
We can but see. We can but see. It is something that sadly Project Cars does suffer from. It does have its issues. Every game does. Let's face it. But we contend with them nonetheless.
In the meantime, I totally forgot that I have the results from last week's races, so I put them up on the stream now, so you people can see what the standings actually were.
I think people are beginning to leave the settings. It looks like the server is not automatically changing, so I'm just going
probably
to hop
need
out
to do as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all going to have to come out of that one and it be rehosted. So I just spotted in chat there that Fizzy was just saying if it doesn't happen of its own accord, then come out and come back in again.
Do you have any information about disqualifications of last week? Because
I
see
don't.
2 drivers being disqualified.
I did see that, and no, I don't actually know what the circumstances were. I was hoping you'd be able to fill me in on that one, but...
I didn't do my homework. I will do for next week, for sure.
Well, I can't say anything because I don't know either, so... I don't know, I'm afraid. I'm not certain what happened there.
I know there were some steward inquiries, but I don't see the results.
I confess I don't know what the score is there.
So, Pedro having second place in the standings after the first 2 races. He probably lose that to Scooby, no, maybe not to Scooby, he didn't have the best race as well, but to Estebano definitely entered today.
Right. So it looks like the lobby is back up again.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Just waiting for everyone to rejoin. I'm not seeing AJ or Pedro at the moment, or Andrex. It looks like the competitors from the last race are rejoining us.
Yeah, we're missing at least 4 or 5 people now.
16 drivers currently listed. Of course, the count of 18 includes you and I. Aha! Pedro has joined us now. That's good. That's reassuring.
Hey, Shadow Off in the chat. Guys, if you have any questions, just come out with them. Now we have the time.
Fire away, yes. Now is your perfect time. By all means, anything you want to know, anything you want to say, just fire it at us during the quali and during now. Stenning has rejoined the server now.
As I said before, we will have another 10 minutes of qualifying. After that, 5 minutes of warm-up to get your technicalities all right, and then the race will start.
Aha, today's just joined. I was just thinking, surely we're not missing our race winner from last race. That would be awkward.
Actually, I just told him that the lobby's open.
Oh. Aha, so we've got 19 drivers back with us. Who hasn't reappeared as AJ? I don't think AJ's back. Nope, I can't see his name in the list. nor can I see Andrex. So.
Good.
One thing we don't get to hear as commentators is what is being said in TeamSpeak. I suspect that there was some some strong words being said after the numerous collisions we saw in the last race. I suspect there were a few tempers being frayed then.
I definitely imagine that that happened, especially for the front runners who were directly influenced by the guy who was going straight through the first chicane in the first lap.
Yeah, absolutely. K-Man and DBZ Leica return to us. Gives us 21 drivers. I think we had 22 at the beginning of the last session.
The lobby was completely full at the peak point, so there were 24 racers and us both.
Right. Well, I'm certainly not going to try and identify who is missing, because I have got a bad memory as it is. So,
qualifying starting.
That it is. So qualifying is underway, or will be when the server starts. Let's hope we don't have any kind of lag problems. The counter has hit 0, and still nothing.
That's
Excellent.
Not a very good sign.
We did have this problem last week. We had a kind of false start, so to speak, where the lobby didn't. The lobby didn't turn into the race for the qualifying, ironically, for the sprint race. And people are leaving the session, so we should
will do as well.
Follow suit. Just ground down to nothing. It could be also DBZ Leica was the host there. It could have been that he had a problem. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see if that's gone back up again.
What we've done often in the past is just to open up a free practice, then no one joins actually during the free practice. The lobby starts and then people are join in progress. That's the best way to start a lobby in Project Cars, I guess.
That sounds like I mean, if you get a repeated problem, then that sounds like a pretty good way of circumventing it. So that's not a bad idea by any stretch. Looking for the lobby now.
So the chat doesn't have any questions, I guess. We have been good enough to tell them everything they need to know.
Happy days, happy days. Well, let's turn our attention to each other. This is the first time that you and I, Tony, have worked together. This is only my second commentary, third commentary ever for AOR. So my entrance into the AOR ranks started last Monday for the first Formula Renault 3.5 championship race. So essentially, I am on probation. And you very kindly offered to help out with this one, and it's proven to be invaluable, so thank you, sir.
Yeah, so that's actually my first experience for online commentating as well, so I'm glad to do that.
Yeah, it's great to have you along. It's always nice to have a second voice, second pair of eyes on the field. It's, if nothing else, it just adds another dimension to what we're doing. So whereabouts are you from, Tony? You're from Germany?
Yes, I'm from Germany. I'm from Saxony. It's in the east of Germany. So, very far away from Nürburgring Nordschleife, because I got so many questions in the chat already if I've been there. But you are from the UK, as far as I know. You're from England, or where are you from?
That's correct. I am from the south of England, near a town called Reading, which any music fans will know what Reading is famous for. It's a major music festival that happens there. I haven't been to my home race of Silverstone, although my sister-in-law lives very close to there, so I hope to be able to do so at some stage. What about your motor racing likes, Mr. Tony?
My motivation or
motor racing? What?
My preferences in motor racing? It's everything GT related.
Okay.
GT and touring cars are my cup of tea, if you want to say it like that.
To use an English phrase. The World Endurance Championship?
World Endurance Championship is one of my favorites, of course, yes. Also, I also
DTM,
watched...
assumedly? I know it's not GT3 as such, but do you follow DTM at all?
DTM, yes, definitely. Although I have to say, the Spielberg race was pretty boring, unfortunately.
Every series has its races that are less interesting than others. I did used to follow BTCC, the British Touring Car Championship, obviously the British version of the DTM. Many moons ago, I got rather bored with that. I'm a Formula One fan and have been for a number of years, although the come and goes. I fell out of love with the sport in the early 2000s, but really picked it up again in the last kind of 10 years or so. Did you just get an invite there to join a session by Fizzy?
I just joined it, yes. Without an invite. Why do I not get an invite?
I don't know. I'm looking through the server list. I'm trying to find it. So
yeah, I always join directly through Fizzy. That's
okay. I didn't think of that. So Fizzy obviously realised I was missing. So you have more initiative than I do.
Well, there are only 15 people in at the moment, so we still have time.
That's gone up to 18 now. So the people are slowly coming to us. So, have you been to motor racing events live of any description? Have you actually seen motor racing from the stands?
Of course. Actually, have you heard of Sachsenring? It's
no.
It's one event in the MotoGP calendar. And well, the biggest event here in East Germany for sure, because there are 200,000 viewers each year, and this racetrack is 10 kilometers from my home. So
oh wow,
I'm to every race there.
Oh, wonderful.
ADAC GT Masters, I was there this year.
Oh, ADAC Masters, yes, I've seen that. They're bonkers. They are utterly mad.
Definitely.
It's funny you mentioned MotoGP. I can't even talk now. It's funny you mentioned MotoGP. That's one type of motor racing. For some reason, I just don't get into. Motorbike racing just doesn't seem to strike the same kind of enthusiasm in me as forward racing, and I cannot tell you for why. I don't know why. I just don't seem to get into it.
It has been for me it has been for me like that for many years. I have to say, but after getting into it a little bit more, you have just more action on track without all the collision stuff, you know. With many motor races, you're dependent on contact or stuff like that. But in MotoGP, they get it all by themselves.
I see. So we have 20 people now, so we have 18 races in the session at the moment.
Yeah, and it's a free practice session, so they are now doing the join in progress trick, and I guess then jumping over to the qualifying once everyone is in the lobby.
I suppose I better jump in then, because I was actually still staring at the lobby. Oh no! Don't come out on track. No,
we have some fun stuff going on already with Manu, and I'm not sure if it was Pedro or someone. They just crashed each other. And now they are doing donuts. Wonderful. They are doing some stuff for us in the waiting time.
Why not? Why not? I'm just actually trying to find that. Where's that going on? Because I can't actually find it. Oh, I can see a couple of people up at Retafid and Della Roggia.
Yes.
Can't actually find who that is.
Oh, and now we jump over to qualifying.
Right.
Good, so now it's on.
Now it is on. 20 cars currently with us.
Let's see if Manu, if today can repeat his success of the pole position in the first race.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have a mass stream of cars going out on track at the moment. Unfortunately, the interface doesn't really allow us to skip through them in track order. Hopefully, we as commentators get better tools for pCars 2. It's not something I believe they're going to change a great deal in this version of the game.
Nope. Definitely not. Most definitely not. But I think we can count on that in pCars 2. They are going more to the multiplayer and esports stuff.
Hopefully so. Whoops, that's someone that spun at Della Roggia already. I'm trying to figure out who that is. I think it's Dibdroid, perhaps, that's... Yep, that's Dibdroid that ended up facing the wrong way at Della Roggia.
And guys are crashing each other.
Not already. Come on, chaps. That's someone that... who is that that's stranded in the middle of the track now?
That's Jozzers.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oops,
and Flying Cayman has also gone off the track. He's going the wrong way. I can't actually tell what that is. Where is he? That's Lesmo 1. He's gone off. At?
I hope those guys realize that they only get 10 minutes for qualifying.
That's not long. And Frejo's just dropped, actually. That's interesting. Why has Frejo dropped out? Just spotted that.
Maybe a disconnect, but, well...
It's not going to leave him much time to get back to us. Just over 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think you have to be in the lobby with 3 minutes on the clock. After that, it's closed.
Wouldn't surprise me. That really wouldn't surprise me. Have we got any times on the board yet? No, we haven't any times on the board yet. But we have people that have started their hop laps now. Ironically, I'm listed as second. That's the highest place I've ever been from the pit lane.
See how fast you are. You don't even need to set the time.
And someone's made a mistake at the Retafilio. Someone is on the infield. And at the point that my camera turned away, they were going backwards. I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Maybe you just wanted to see how other guys are taking the corner.
A different place to spectate from. Why not? Trying to actually work out who this... Oh, it's Beppo. Yeah, Beppo having a spectator spot for a moment, much like Alonso did last season.
Yeah.
Can't remember where that was now.
I think it was Barcelona, wasn't it?
I think, yeah, where he decided to take a seat and sit in the sun. Not surprised considering how bad the McLaren was last year. I'm just looking at Vice Guy coming out of Parabolica. Someone has closed right in on his tail there. Ooh, there's a bit of a jostling going on for track position there. Vice Guy might have to get out of the way. Looks like he's kept his foot in it. And someone trying to get a bit of a slipstream off of Vice Guy. Cheeky, but within the rules. I don't know it's within the rules. And Vice Guy's letting go. Oops, and there's a spinner at...
Wow. That's never a good idea to fight during the qualifying.
No,
in the worst
really,
case, you're destroying the laps of two guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, particularly when you've got over 6 minutes left to go, you've got time to back away from the person in front of you and try again. But we're seeing some laps come on the board now. It's Paradiski currently on the pole position of 1:32.618. We haven't seen laps from our race winner yet. Only about half the field has set a time, but more times are coming in now. Pedro has set the pole time of 1:31.474. We fully expect that time to continue to drop.
And where
down
is
towards
our birthday man Fizi on 4th at the moment?
He is currently 4th as our server host, 132.879. We know he can do it faster than that. Certainly did so in the last qualifying session. Hidaki 4 just jumps up to 2nd place now with a 132.253. So 7 tenths, just shy of 8 tenths actually between him and the pole man of Pedro. So times continuing to fall. Esteban Viso sticks in 4th place now of 132.644. Most of the field has set a time now. It's Jozzers today, Steve Rogers and Honey Badger have yet to do so. Oops, looks like someone's hit the wall there. It's either today.
Nope.
No, it wasn't
today.
Today
is running. He's through Parabolica at the moment.
Must be Flying K-Man then. It was certainly someone red. Flying K-Man is now exiting the pit, so he must have had a bit of an issue there and smashed into the wall.
And wow, today got some nice slipstream from the guy in front of him, and he threw a 36.
30.686 Ruth. I think that was that better than his race lap? His best lap from the last race?
No, I don't think so.
It's certainly close.
I think it was in the low 30s.
Goodness
Of
me.
course, in the race you lose some weight because of the fuel burning, and this makes your car faster.
Absolutely. That's someone going straight on there at the De La Roggia. Actually see who that was. Birthday boy, AOR Fizzy, everyone's favourite commentator, sticks in 2nd position with a 131.303.
In front of Pedro, but only by 1/10 at the moment.
Oh, yes, very close. 131.474. Hidaki 4 still in 4th place. Esteban Viso holding on to 5th. Paradisky now down to 6th. Steve Rogers, who did pretty well in the last race, in the 7th position with DBZ Leica in 8th. Stelling DK, who we saw jostling with AOR Fizzy for a long period of time, currently 9th, and Jozzers in 10. Pedro is... no, Pedro was 3rd already. I swear I've just seen a change in position in the top 10, but I can't see who it is.
You know what? I'm again missing AJ.
AJ was very late in, indeed. AJ is not in the server at the moment. He joined us with about 2 minutes left to go. Maybe he's deciding not to take part in today's race. He had, he came a cropper in the first lap of the last session. Maybe he had decided not to take part as a result. Oh, it looks like... Yeah, Pedro's stolen 2nd from Fizzy now. 131.057.
And Fizzy improved his lap time, so Pedro improved even more. That's really something.
A bit of a statement of intent there from Pedro. 2:15 left of the session.
Still not seeing those 29s from the practice earlier.
No, true. That is true.
It has to be the pressure on the drivers.
That's it. Now surely is the opportunity to just give it absolutely everything, but there is only a 10-minute window. Practice is an hour. Well, the initial practice is an hour long, so...
Of course.
I wonder, do you experience the sound bug where the engine sounds go completely bonkers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always when you see when the virtual fuel is running out of the cars. So.
Oh, okay. Because I've got it on today. Today's engine's going cuckoo for me.
Yeah.
He's improved again. Today is just set a 1:33.72.
Okay, I think he's satisfied with that. That's awesome.
He's going to park it now at the Vettifilio.
Yeah, only 1 minute left anyway, so no further lap.
Oh, and his teammates decided to join him.
But have you seen Fizzy also only 2 turns behind this time? He improved so much.
Goodness me. Is Pedro still on circuit? No, Pedro's in the garage, so he has to settle for 3rd. Wow. We are on for an interesting race. Hidaki 4, he's coming around Parabolica. Can he do anything about it? He's 131.528. Coming up to the line. Just over 30 seconds to go. No, he remains in 4th. Oh, he's just been dunked down to fifth. Stelling has just stolen fourth place. 131.323. Good effort, sir. So we could be seeing him getting in the mix between Pedro and Fizzy.
And actually, after his performance in the feature race, it was not astonishing that he's up there.
No, indeed. Paradisky's just coming around Bonnet Cam. I don't think he's going to have... No, he's not. He's going to run out of time before he gets the end of that. Just 5 seconds to go. He's not going to make it. That's a shame. He could have been on a fastest lap for all we know. Never mind. So, your top 10 then. Today, Fizzy, Pedro, Stelling, Hidaki, Esteban Viso, Paradisky, DZ Leica, Steve Rogers, and DJ Ballistic are your top 10 starters for the sprint race of the AOR Formula Renault 3.5 Championship. Race number 4.
Oh, and the race is directly starting.
Yes. So,
let's get ready.
3, 2, 1, wind them up and let them go. Okay, straight to the front then, and today has held on to his lead, but he's straight away under pressure from Pedro in 99. Stelling DK is holding on to the third, and away Fizzy is managing a move. Are we seeing an... Oh, yes, we have an incident already. Someone has spun onto the infield. I can't tell who it is, though. Someone's gone wide on the exit of the Roger. I'm trying to figure out who it is that spun.
By Kodiak, although we had an incident, this was much smoother than the first start.
Very much so.
And now Stelling is under pressure. He's on third.
It was Dibdroid that spun out early on. So, today, Pedro RC is on his tail. Fizzy is all being challenged by Stelling. For third position, the AOR Fizzy is just hanging on to it and just gets through Lesmo 2, but he's gone wide. And he loses third position already to Stelling before they get down the straight. Goodness me.
Those two guys.
Again, yes, but all right behind Fizzy is Esteban Viso and Paradisky. That's a big old chain that's going on there. Wow, Stelling has got a great drive out of Ascari there and giving himself a little bit of breathing space to Fizzy, but Fizzy will not stay there for long. Today is already building up a gap to Pedro, but he's not got as comfortable a lead as he did in the feature race. 10 laps is all they have to do something this time.
So there is more pressure to overtake, definitely.
Absolutely. We've lost Honey Badger from this session, it seems. Honey Badger decided that he wasn't going to make an impact on this race and has decided to leave us. Unless he encountered a problem that I did not see. So then, what battles do we have? I'm trying to... my camera's gotten a little bit confused there. Right. Stelling DK holds on to third position ahead of Fizzy as those three cars, third one being Esteban Viso, come through down towards... Oh, that's close! I can't even get my corner names out.
Oh, and Stelling has what?
Stelling's gone wide. Has he lost? He has indeed. He's lost third. Is he lost fourth to Esteban Viso? Whoa, opportunistic move. Yes, Esteban Viso pushes through, pushes Stelling off.
And there was a little bit of contact, if I'm not wrong.
I'm not so sure that if there was, it was very, very light. It was firm but fair racing from Esteban there to go through into fourth place.
Definitely.
Paradisky is there in sixth place, a little bit behind that squabbling pack of three. Steve Rogers is in seventh. It's a DZ Leica in eighth. Beppo 9 and DJ Ballistic 10. DJ Ballistic has Flying Cayman right on his tail already.
The pack around fourth place is not done yet. Esteban Viso tried to overtake Fizzy, but he couldn't just make it stick.
Just as I was looking at Flying Cayman, flying indeed, he just blasted past DJ Ballistic there for 10th position there.
Now Stelling is attempting an overtake for the fourth position. On the brakes. No, doesn't want to make it.
Oh, looked like Esteban Viso went very deep into that braking zone. As I mentioned in last week's race, the way the spectators look, it does look a little deceptive. Sometimes it looks like you're bouncing very hard off the curbs, when in actual fact they're not, but the way it looks from a spectator's perspective, it looks like they're bouncing off the curbs hard or going very deep into their braking zones as they come down to De La Roggia again. Fizzy defending very, very well onto that third position. That's going to that fight. It's going to take a while to play out, I think. Oh, that's wide there from Viso, and that's given AOR Fizzy a bit of breathing space he really wanted to. So free him up to chase after Pedro.
Paradisky as well, both those teammates going a little bit wiped in his second Lesmo. So
that's gonna give Steve Rogers an opportunity then to attack Paradisky. They come into Ascari. A little bit of gaps now between the cars, but not a lot. Tiny bit of breathing space, but no more than that. Beppo's a little bit on his own. Flying K-Man has got a massive amount of gap between him and 11th place. DJ Ballistics lost another place as Joz has taken 11th from him. I think they're teammates, are they not? Yes, they are. They're both in the Fanatic livery car.
I guess at this point they don't care.
No. Particularly in the position they're in, there's not a great deal of points available to them at 11th and 12th. So then let's head back up the order then. Today is building himself a lead over Pedro 99, but Fizzy is trying his best to impact on the gap between him and Pedro. Will we see an epic chase down from Fizzy on Pedro as we saw in last week's feature race? That would be something to see. Oh, no, who was that was going wide in Retafilio? Yes, Viso.
Viso's off. Man.
He is down to 7th. He got Retafilio all wrong.
And of course I missed that because I watched K-Man.
And I'm saying Retafilio, and I mean the Della Roggia. I'm getting my corners wrong again. That was me saying I know this circuit better than... and I'm still getting it wrong. I do know this circuit better than I do Silverstone, but I'm still getting the corner names wrong. Paradisky now to 4th place because of the changing of position. Stelling is down to 5th, so he's had a problem of some description that I also missed. Fair play to Paradisky there, taking advantage of other people's misfortune. Steve Rogers now has Esteban Vito right on his tail, so that battle for 6th position is really going to hot up as well. And right in front of Steve Rogers is Stelling, so real hot battle going on there.
Also, Cayman is still trying to overtake Beppo.
That's right, so coming down the main straight, heading down towards...
maybe he got it? Oh.
No, I think
he didn't have the balls for that at the moment.
Probably, heavy car or whatever. Oh, let's go for an outside maneuver, is he? No, he's deciding you were never going to make an outside maneuver there, Stick.
No.
Although he's gone for an outside maneuver here on Beppo. Yes, no. Oh, Beppo defending the inside very, very well. Oh, who's that's gone off? Is that Viso again? Oh, Steve Rogers has encountered a problem. He's falling down the order. Yes, Rogers and Viso must have come together as Esteban Viso was chasing Steve Rogers down. They must have come into contact.
Whoa, and another contact and a crash.
Oh, no, so it is. Who is that?
It was Steve Rogers.
Oh,
Steve Rogers is out.
No. And he's lost his front wing. He's not moving. Oh, no, he's moving again. Steve Rogers is underway again. But he's oh my goodness, he can't steer straight. He's lost his front wing.
Probably has suspension damage as well.
Oh goodness me! Unfortunately, I just looked away at the wrong moment there.
I saw it in the distance.
Oh, so where's Viso? Viso is currently 9th. Is he continuing or is he pitting? No, he's continuing. So maybe he didn't suffer any damage there. Flying K-Man now onto 8th place, still behind Beppo.
And he's trying to overtake again in the first chicane.
They're just topping out. As you mentioned earlier, they do have a top speed. And because they're all running the same setup, that is all going to be the same. The gear ratios are going to be the same. Oh, my goodness me. Beppo tried an unusual line, but he's lost out badly.
Yeah.
He's lost 2 positions there. As Esteban Viso, what a brilliant maneuver by both Viso and Flying K-Man there.
He really took the advantage there.
Absolutely, what a brilliant maneuver, and no contact at all. And Esteban Viso's not hanging around either, having a crack at K-Man. Goodness me. Lovely 3, possibly 4-way battle going on here. As they come into the first Lesmo, Flying K-Man having to defend very hard against Esteban Viso.
I think he was faster. He was faster than Beppo at the time, but Esteban Viso, he seems to be faster than Cayman.
Absolutely.
So
yes,
from the pressuring guy, now he's the pressured, definitely.
From the hunter to the hunted, absolutely. Beppo now has Jozzers behind him, beginning to put a bit of pressure on for 9th position. Looks like Cayman got a lovely drive out of Ascari. He's giving himself some breathing space there. Just be exactly what he is after. We have a slow-moving car at Parabolica. Who is that?
That's probably
Steve Rogers. Yes, Steve Rogers, of course. He's gone to the outside. He's got horrific suspension damages. His car is pointing in the wrong direction for the direction he is driving in. Oh dear, oh dear. So today still leads. He's built up a bit of a lead over Pedro.
Yeah.
But Fizzy is chasing him down. There is not much gap between those two now. As they enter, where are they? That's Lesmo 1.
And of course, we remember the sprint race from last week. It was the exact same situation today, in front of Pedro, in front of Fizzy.
Yeah, absolutely it was. You're absolutely right. But there's only 4 laps for them to do something with. So let's see what happens there. Paradisky in 4th, leading a 3-car train of him, Stelling, and DBZ Leica. Where's Esteban gone?
Well, someone going wide.
Who is that?
I think it was Beppo.
It's Beppo that has gone wide at Lesmo 2. He's down to 11th place. In May, Vice Guy, I think it's too far back to overtake me as well. So DJ Ballistic goes up into 10th. Joss 9. Esteban Viso is on the tail of Cayman. Esteban Viso got a much better drive out of Ascari there. As Cayman
going out of the slipstream, he can't just go any more faster.
No, and Flying Cayman defending well. Viso's not giving up on that at all. He's still...
It looks like he can make it stick.
And he's done it. Unbelievable.
That was awesome.
That was a stunning manoeuvre from Esteban Viso there on the outside of Parabolica to take 7th place from Cayman. And as we've seen, Cayman is no slouch at all. Wow, that was amazing. Further up the order then, we have, looks like Stelling is going to be attacking Paradisky soon as they come up to Retafilio. Still Roger, for goodness sake, Retafilio is the first chicane. I'm going to have to write it on my hand or stick a map to the wall. Lesmo 2. They come round now. AOR's check the gap from Fizzy to Pedro's. Not changed a great deal. Pedro just coming out of Ascari, and Fizzy's doing the same. I think unless Pedro has a problem, that they're going to run out of laps on that one.
Just wanted to say, only 3 laps to go, so now the action has to come if they want to overtake someone.
As today comes to finish lap 8. There's only 2 laps remaining. He doesn't have the lead that he did in the last race. Of course, there's less laps to do that in.
But I'd say it's completely controlled at this point as well.
I would say so. I think the first 3, mistakes aside, I think those 3 are going to come home in the positions that we see them in. Paradisky's having to defend on the inside on the way down to the first chicane of Retafilio. Yes, I looked at the map before I said that. Paradisky holding on to 5th ahead of Stelling.
And actually Paradisky tried to get out of the slipstream, which is not the wisest idea on the straights, because you lose speed by going left and right on the straight.
Absolutely, and if the person chasing you holds their line, they could actually make up for that. Oh, that is so close. So very close there through De La Roggia. Lesmo 1.
And again, those are teammates.
That they are, as much as they respect that at this point of the championship. And that's DBZ Leica that is not too far behind. If Stelling and Paradisky come to grief...
He's waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. If they come to grief, then DBZ Leica is there ready to capitalise on that particular battle. Now, I'm just looking further back, and there's another battle here for 9th position between DJ Ballistic and Esteban Viso. So Esteban Viso trying to get back up through the field. I think Ballistic has overtaken him at some stage. And Esteban Viso looking on the inside towards Ascari. You're not really going to overtake there, but people look nonetheless. Racers will be racers after all.
And he's going side by side.
Oh, that he is. So, who had the better drive out of Ascari? I'd say Esteban does. Is he going to try another outside maneuver? Oh, that is his favourite overtaking maneuver. Goodness me. DJ Ballistic's not letting that one go easily, though. It's still side by side down the start-finish straight.
I think he has the advantage.
Esteban's just got the position, but if Ballistic can hold that inside line into
Who's
Del
braking
Rocha,
later?
who's going to play the game of chicken?
It is Viso.
Viso again.
Anti-spin. No.
Oh, goodness me. Commentator's curse yet again. Oh.
Well, he's a really fast driver, but we have seen him doing that mistake very often.
Quite a few mistakes we've seen from Viso today. That's oh, goodness me. Coming back up the order then, it's Paradisky and Stelling I'm looking at now, and Paradisky's really having to defend on the entrance. Oh, who's that that's facing the wrong way? Someone was facing the wrong way there at Ascari. I'm trying to figure out who that was. Was it Hideki? No, he's in a different way.
Paradisky lost some positions at the moment.
Oh, it was Mr. Soprano, I think, that was facing the wrong way.
Paradisky just lost two positions.
Where's Paradisky gone? Oh, there he is. Yeah. He must have had a problem. I was trying to figure out who
I
that was.
guess there was contact with Selling. And there's another spin in the Parabolica. Who's that?
That's who I was trying to...
Oh, that is the back marker.
Oh, Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers actually, I think, probably just binned it to try and get out of the way. Whilst we've been trying to concentrate on that... Oh, that's Esteban Viso defending against DJ Ballistic again. And that's Steve Rogers trying to stay out of the way. DJ Ballistic doing... Goodness me. Oh, that's so close. Who's going to take it? Oh, DJ Ballistic hung on to 9th place there. Wow, a last corner effort of the Parabolica stole 9th place back for DJ Ballistic against Viso.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome stuff there.
Goodness me. Vice Guy coming home 11th, Beppo 12th, Hideki in 13, I think.
And you know what, Kodiak? The biggest mover in this race is Flying Cayman. He made up 8 positions.
Oh, wow. What a stunning effort by Cayman. That's to have come home in 6th place.
Good job from today again. Same fast lap time as in the feature race.
1:33.51. Stunning. It's nearly the same as his qualifying lap there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. What happened to Paradisky there? He was 4th and well and truly so.
It's unfortunate we missed that, but I'm sure there had to be some contact with Stelling, or well, he just spun under pressure.
There. Yeah, absolutely. So then, winning both races for today is today. Absolutely commanding wins for both the feature and the sprint race for him. Pedro 99 coming home in 2nd position ahead of birthday boy, everyone's favourite commentator, Fizzy. Rounding out the podium positions again, Stelling DK taking the 4th spot. Mr. Deepers and Leica and all that frantic action in the last lap taking home 5th. Blind Cayman's actually coming up in 6th place, although I'm pretty sure that actually should be Paradisky, unless there was a very last minute change of position that I also missed. Josses is coming up in 8th place, DJ Ballistic stealing 9th from Esteban Viso as the countdown has now finished. Vice Guy 11, Beppo 12th, Hideki 13th, Cinco 69 comes home 14th, and Mr. Soprano 15, Dibdroid takes 16, IDC2 17th, and that is your list of finishers for this race. And that spells out the end of the action for tonight. And goodness me, what a lot of action there was.
And I'm really glad that the second lobby actually ran much smoother than the first one, and we had a wonderful race to watch here.
Well, thank you very much for joining me on the commentary this evening, Tony. It's been great pleasure, and absolutely, I really hope that we get to work together on the next 2 rounds of the AOR Formula Renault 3.5 Championship.
We will definitely do that.
Yes, as everybody leaves the lobby, that spells the end of today's rounds. Thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you next time for rounds 5 and 6 of the AOR Formula Renault 3.5 Championship. My name is King-Kodiak.
And I'm Tony.
And Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. I hope I said that correctly.
Wonderful.
I can't type it, but I can certainly pronounce it. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Yeah.